Hello everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Destiny video. Today I'm taking a look at a new location from Spirit of Rebellion that has raised a few questions over various Star Wars Destiny communities since the pre-release event or preview event. That is the cargo hold from Eravana. The claim is, once you claim the battlefield, you can move and upgrade from one character to another character controlled by the same player. It sounds simple enough. So if I'm playing Han and Rey, and I want, let's say I have a holdout blaster on Rey, and I want it to go over to Han, I can claim the battlefield and move it over. Basically, just claim the battlefield, move the card from Rey to Han, you take the die with it, and so on. You could also, it looks like you could also do it to your opponent's stuff as well. So let's say you have an opponent that's almost defeated, and the other character has a couple good upgrades on them that you want to go away. So you can claim the battlefield, move the upgrade from the more healthy or more alive character. Let's say it's Dooku and Kylo. Let's say Dooku has no damage and Kylo has 10 damage. I can move an upgrade off of Dooku onto Kylo, so when the next round starts, when I defeat Kylo, that upgrade goes away. Like, let's say I have a lightsaber on Kylo's lightsaber on Dooku, I can claim the battlefield, move the lightsaber off of him, defeat Kylo, and have that lightsaber get discarded. Sounds pretty simple, but it's bringing up some interesting questions, especially about play restrictions, because a play restriction will normally say something like blue character only, red character only, things like that. So, like a lot of the Force abilities are blue character only, so you have to play them on a blue character. So you can't play Mind Probe, for example, on Poe. You can play it on Rey, you can play it on Qui Gon, you can play it on Dooku, Kylo, and so on. But with this, it seems like you're able to move the upgrade from the blue character to another character that could be blue or red, yellow, or so on. And that is that you're not really playing the card, so that's how it's also kind of how holocron works, because you could basically put a holocron on a non-blue character, resolve the special on holocron, and play the ability on a character that isn't blue. So you play it on a red character or a yellow character. So I don't think that's really causing a whole lot of concern. Some of the stuff though that's come up that's interesting is how it pertains to training. So training is a new card with Spirit of Rebellion. It says you play it on a red non-unique character, and that character becomes elite. So if you play it on a Stormtrooper, normally Stormtroopers only have one die with them. If you play training on a Stormtrooper, you can bring in another Stormtrooper die and place it on that card, and when you activate that Stormtrooper, you roll two of the Stormtrooper dice instead of just one. But it's getting interesting where, let's say I'm playing as like a single Palpatine die at 21 points in the Stormtrooper. So you're looking at 21 and 7 for the points. Let's say I play training on my Stormtrooper, so now I have two Stormtrooper dice on that character. Let's say my opponent claims the battlefield and moves training from the Stormtrooper onto Palpatine. Would Palpatine then become elite? Would I get another Palpatine die? That's at least the way the card is worded. And the play restriction is that you can only play it on red non-unique characters. However, again, like we said, play restriction and moving are two completely different things in the game. Another issue it's brought up along these lines is, let's say, again, Palpatine Stormtrooper. Let's say I only own one Palpatine die, and my opponent claims the battlefield, moves training off of my trooper onto Palpatine. What if I don't have a second Palpatine die? Does that just stall the game since I can't resolve the effect of training on Palpatine? Because if I only have one Palpatine die, I can't place another Palpatine die on him if I don't have one. I think we're going to have to wait and see what Fantasy Flight says about this card. I'm sure this will be in the FAQ. There'll probably be some rules clarifications on this card. It's pretty interesting if that is the case. If I could basically bring in again, like using the example of Palpatine and Stormtrooper, if I could play training on my Stormtrooper, make it elite, in the battlefield, even myself, move training to Palpatine, and Palpatine is at this point 21 points, and then if I had another Palpatine die, could I use that on top of the Stormtrooper die? So we're looking at 21 points for Palpatine, 7 points for the Stormtrooper. I don't think the point limit comes into effect through things like this because you're building your team before the game. So I don't think the point total on Palpatine would go to 28 if training got moved over to him and he became elite. So you'd be at 28 points with Palpatine in that case plus 7. What happens if somehow in the game with training moving from character to character you end up going over that 30-point limit? We're just going to have to wait and see, but this is a very interesting card. I'm interested to see what Fantasy Flight says about it. Um, like I said, we're probably going to see it in an FAQ, rules clarifications, probably as we get closer to release, or sometime after release. But that's just something I've noticed with this card. It seems very interesting. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. So that's going to do it for today's video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll be back with another video, and I want to thank you for watching. Take care.